So yeah, welcome back everybody to Level Up TV. We're going to go to map 2 of EK versus Unfire. Me and Vor.
On the intervention.
On the intervention, yeah, in this Quake Live Champions League. First time we've seen this one then, Vor, in a very long time.
Many moons ago was the last time this map was seen in competitive play. I kind of like this map. I mean, I know it's not that popular, but I enjoy this map.
I've always felt that everybody kind of enjoys it, but they feel like it's just not quite what it should be. I think everybody goes, wow, this Red Arm area is brilliant.
Well, I don't know, but I can't see why, let's say, this map has been unplayed for, what, a year and a half plus or so? Yet a map like Deep Inside is so popular.
2 frags in 2 seconds.
I think people like to pretend that something like Deep Inside is a very tactical map with no real rail dominance, and that this map, oh, it's all just rail. I think that's the beef of it.
I've no problem. I mean, even if you think this map is all rail, I don't. But you look what the rail is. It's in a position that
Exposed position.
Exposed position that's, you know, hard for someone to push out of red and get to. If the other team is doing a good job of holding it, man, I like this map.
3, 2, 1.
So we're going to go live. MDF getting that lightning gun spawn. Of course, this is a 1 power-up map now.
He's going to be eager this to put that last quad run behind him.
Teams are tied. Teams are tied.
Yeah, well, if we get to a third, we know it's going to be Grim Dungeons. Oh,
We do
almost
know
catching him out there, but he gets the frag with the lightning gun. Should just pick up that rocket
Yeah,
launcher.
good lightning gun. I mean, hit almost 100% on Garpy.
He's at 50% overall, so that's pretty effective. Quads up in 5 seconds. This is a map where you definitely want to be there nice and early. At least somebody. Looks like they might miss out on it though. And they do. We're all going to grab that one. Shotgun drop for him by a teammate.
Low on health. Mega's not coming up.
Teams are tied.
There is plenty of health in this area though. I mean, if he was to go down this corridor, he could look for the 50 that would be below him, but
Does take
not
him
interested.
quite off track. That's the only thing about that, and he will be wanting
Well,
to attack this
it
red armor
does, but
area.
he hasn't done anything yet.
See Raw moving into where the rocket launcher does spawn.
Wow, that was a heavy shotgun hit, but no kill.
Yeah, and railed so easily, and of course this is exactly what you want to do. When you control this red armor area, you want to get a rail here. Do those distant shots and feel fairly safe.
Yeah, then if it was Raw took too long and his teammates had already died attacking red, but he really needed someone to attack red with him. Because, you know, if it's just quad, then the kind of defensive positions you can take up at the red will make killing quad very easy.
So I mean, Raw, as we haven't seen this map in quite a while, nice defense by Garfield, just moved in there in fact on top of this red armor. What is the overall strat for this game, for this map?
Well, you can sit at the red and then attempt to push people out to steal the mega, steal the rails. Obviously you want to try and time lightning gun as well if you're holding red. But, you know, it depends how the other team plays. I mean, some teams will attack red all game, but others will be happy to sit and take the yellows, take the rail, take the mega, and then you might be in for a fairly difficult game because it's quite hard to push from the red to the other side of the map, and it's quite hard to push in from the other side of the map to the red. So you can get what is kind of like a stalemate, I guess, in some ways, where you're just trying to look for angles to, you know, hit shots across the map. To see how this map plays out between these two teams.
GDK getting in behind curve, and he's now got a rocket launcher as well as a rail and a shotgun. He did have the mega health and the red armor to his name, so
Nice.
he could be looking good.
Wow.
Was that a hat-trick of frags with 1 rocket? That's amazing.
But, you know, on fire, it was such a late attack on quad, they were asking for that sort of thing to happen.
Bounce pad.
Yeah.
GDK could get another kill here on this rail, using it as a bit of bait. Does do the damage, doesn't get the kill somehow. It seemed like quite a heavy rocket, but has effectively secured out the red armor. Just had a quick peek. I'm not sure if there was any teammates there though.
I mean, going back to that quad setup, and we saw EK were there first, and there was no sign of on fire, and this is the sort of map you can't come into quad late up that bounce pad. You can drop into quad late or come in from all angles late, but you can't all come in up that bounce pad. That was suicidal.
Yeah, I mean that. Effectively, when they died, let's remember that he had quad. That's why the rocket killed them.
Yeah.
So it's obviously way too late. It's a bit like Deep Inside when people come up the bounce pad after quad's been picked up.
Yeah, obviously the difference on Deep Inside, you can come up that bounce pad really late and try and land on the quad as it spawns. On this map, you're not going to be able to do that. You can't jump onto the quad from up high because someone will just shoot you in the air. You can't come up that bounce pad because it takes you nowhere near the quad. So I have to see what On Fire do for the next power up because yeah, they can't keep doing that suicidal late attack.
DDK doing a brilliant job there, putting pressure on the red armor area.
Yeah, this is a brilliant position to have worked himself into because On Fire are kind of holding red, but when DDK is in a position like this, you know, it allows his teammates to maybe come and support him in that area as well, and suddenly that red armor position leaves you vulnerable.
That was an amazing bit of play by DDK. It just shows his experience as well, of course. Old school player. Would have played this map a lot of times. Not really sure about the On Fire guys.
No, I'm not sure either. As you say, DDK would have played this map for, I think, pretty much the entirety of his TDM career.
Here's Raw with the quad pickup. Seems like On Fire really aren't on the ball. And the power up!
Oh
Oh
my god, that's a grenade.
It's gonna go down, isn't he? Oh.
Oh, that was brave. I mean, maybe he knows the mega time, which is why he did it, but brave to do that.
Does actually come out with the mega pickup, so it kind of justifies it, I guess.
It was this kind of thing, you say it's brave because it worked, but you'd have been saying it was stupid if he'd died.
Three frags on that quad run, and they've definitely had the better of the power-up so far, UK. Let's have a look at the power-ups. 3 power-ups to none, and it's almost a full amount of time. Only
Yeah,
3
and they're
seconds.
just starting to build a decent lead here. Now that quad run set them up nicely to pick up, I think, quite a few spawn kills.
And I'd imagine Raw just going to stick around in this red armor area now for the next pickup.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have much ammo in his lightning gun, but he still has one, and if he gets the red, he can then go and push out, look for the lightning gun ammo. There is some off to his right and off to his left as well. So he hasn't gone looking for either.
Wow, does take more grenade damage. It's not his friend, is it?
He's back
Oh
to his
my
mega,
God.
but nades are his bane at the moment. They
Dot,
nearly
dot,
ended
dot.
his quad run. They've taken him out there.
Air raid again, not really hitting the stats that maybe we'd expect from him. 12% rail at the moment, and especially if you've been pushed away from the red army, you expect a lot of rail play. And they really haven't had as many red, 6 to 9 that is in fact. Way more yellows, which would suggest they've got a lot more focus on the rail side.
But the position Air Raid's in now, it's a nice position to be in for the quad to stop people coming in from red, but look, he was the only one here, so he might have had that route secure, but they've just come in behind him. Team was nowhere to be seen.
TDK just waiting to hit those sort of last second shots, and they do take out the quad in fact.
Yeah, I mean, DDK's position there was really nice, because he was so weak, he couldn't have stood actually around the quad, you know, right on it, but he'd have been there to probably take it out had it survived the initial pickup.
I think him and Raw read the situation pretty well there. They thought, we're not actually going to get this quad, let's just get
Make sure we get a
harsh
kill
angles
on it.
with the rocket launcher either side, take it
Which
out.
is smart, because, you know, they could have both tried to stand on it, thinking, yeah, we'll pick this up, and probably would have ended up with them just both dying.
Yeah, we'll be the big man, get the quad, get the frags, be the hero.
It's kind of like DM6 in some ways, sometimes on this map, where if you do take up really defensive positions at the quad, it is almost impossible for the quad to be picked up cleanly.
Nice rocket by Garpy here. Let's have a look at some of his stats. 44% rocket. Is that a stat I should be highlighting?
No. I don't know what's wrong with you. I'd have highlighted his 100% rail.
Yeah. Or is, what was it, 40% LG?
40 plus, yeah. I didn't see what it was. I saw it was a 4 something.
Curvin at the moment gets caught out on that bounce pad to DDK's got a fresh mega pickup. And they've boosted their lead around about 20 frags now.
That was a really nice first rocket. And yeah, they are looking good on this map, EK. On Fire maybe aren't experienced as we possibly suspected on here. They've had limited time to practice it for this week of play in the Champions League.
Yeah, DDK looks very effective on this map.
And he's here for this Mega, which is something that's so important in this map, having someone who's always able to keep this Mega timed, and regardless of if you have red or whatever part of the map you're controlling, they're always ready for the Mega pickup.
DDK.
And look again, it's EK that are set up.
Ptolemy, nice stacks. We've got DDK and Ptolemy with stacks at least. And then they've got the quad
That's
as well.
really nice railing. You saw him keeping his distance.
Oh god. Not going too well for him at the moment, Ptolemy.
Air raid, I mean,
That's
he
quite
should have
a
been
good
aware
kill.
that the quad was lining him up there. If he'd have just stayed there, you know, hidden, the quad would have just sat there trying to get an angle on him and wasted his time.
Yeah.
It's important to say that to anyone who is in that situation. Anytime you can waste the power-up's time, making them spend time to kill you, do it. It's very frustrating, but you know, so often people will stay for that one kill when they could be just better off leaving you.
Ptolemy playing quite a safe game here. I thought he would have gone and got that yellow. Decided to just try and cover it out
Well,
until somebody actually came.
Didn't
Take
cover
it.
it, did he?
Hmm.
And these are the sort of positions that are typical if the red team does have a rail. You know, you need someone in this sort of area who's just going to hit everything. Make sure they can't get in on the rail, the other team. Wow, that's a
Impressive.
shot after he ducked around the corner on my screen.
Yeah, there's a great little rail. Look, it's onto the ankle, I'm afraid. Somebody did one of those cartoon.
Impressive.
And again, if
Runs.
we're watching air raid at the moment, when you're in these positions, you have to hit your rails, and he's only hitting 35%, but it's important you hit them just to put, you know, an element of doubt in the mind of the team playing red that they can't move out safely. Once they feel they can move out safely from red, your team is in serious trouble.
Pretty unfortunately, I think DDK got the spawn, so getting caught out, but he did some good rail play.
Good shotgun as well, I mean. Curvin really missing everything on DDK.
Building up a better and better lead. They're going to need this quad to bring it back. Raw just blowing himself up effectively. But
I think he
another
thought the
quad
rocket
grab.
jump might take out Turvin. I think it nearly did. Yeah, I mean, he took out Curvin with his sort of like self-rocket jump kill.
Does grab himself a red armor as well, now a shotgun. EK just look a lot more focused on the objective of
Well,
this
you can
map.
see that 19 red armors to the 6 of On Fire. That's pretty dominant. They're 30 yellows for On Fire, but I kind of feel that EK have been doing good work with the red. They've moved out with it. They've taken more megas than On Fire as well.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen them putting pressure on the rail pickup, and if you can't have an easy pickup of the rail to defend the area as the team from red push out, then the map becomes very difficult to play.
I feel like they've not done enough pre-entry damage with the railguns at the moment. On Fire, we haven't seen that much rail damage from
Yeah, I mean,
distance before they move in.
There's so many positions, you know, around the red where if you're inexperienced with the map, you'll think you're safe, but then you'll just get hit by a rail from nowhere. That happened, you know, so often when we were playing in Quake 3. You know, you've got to be so careful where you stand usually, but there doesn't seem to be that kind of pressure from the rail in the hands of On Fire when EK are controlling this red.
And EK have had so many rails at red as well.
Yeah. And that's devastating. It's similar to if you're playing campgrounds and you know, a team manages to get a rails of red. It's very dangerous.
DDK getting more frag plays. Amazing job, DDK. What a damage he's dealing out, and so much of the time it seems like he's almost playing on his own.
But he's here again defending quad with a teammate, and it's just 3 kills as On Fire come in on their own. You know, they really need a proper push, and you know, you're thinking already it's too late to come to quad now.
Plus 28 net for DDK. And he helps defend that quad out effectively. Raw picking it up, although that rail last second by air raid catching out the quad carrier.
Yeah, that's pretty much the first quad for EK that hasn't had pretty much the full allotment of time.
And that rocket jump one.
Oh yeah.
The 2 quads Aurora's had there.
They had 6 quads in 2 minutes to On Fire's 1 quad in 1 second. There's no doubt who's dominating this map so far.
I think
We are over halfway now.
I think Raw just likes to have interesting quads, so he's done the grenade dodging one. The
So that was
jump
wild,
one,
I mean. Those
corner rail one.
grenades. Couldn't believe he managed to survive those.
Playing Garpy at the moment. He's got a rail. He's going to get a lightning gun now to assist him in his actions. Great position to take up as well for one player in this lower area, Vor.
Yeah, I mean, typically in Quake 3 you'd often see someone running between the lightning gun, and if red is secured you can just go up from the lightning gun and down that corridor past quad to get to the mega. You'd often see someone running both those items because lightning gun obviously such an effective weapon on this map, and if you can stick to the areas where the rail shots are hard to hit, which is generally running that lower route, and it can be great for one player to do that.
Tell you why it's a great area as well. There's sort of two spawns that lead directly to it. There's one in the lightning gun room and there's one out the quad through that corridor, which people just kind of rush through from that corridor to go through the teleport.
I mean, Garpy's on his own here against two, but it looks like he will come out on top.
Yeah, really nice play from Garpy.
Nice.
They're looking pretty dominant at the moment, Vor.
Yeah.
3 quads left, next of which is in 5 seconds. Let's cycle around and have a look who's there. Raw. It's going to go down, actually. This could be the first quad pickup. On fire, they've got... Oh, well, the second, isn't it, technically?
A nice rocket.
Wow. Well, DDK and Garpy being a little bit rash on that occasion.
Yeah, but they've got the frags to play with, so they can just run in and think maybe we can take the quad out. And
Yeah, quad was eliminated. Third impressive for Garpy there in 64% rail, moving back to this lower red armor area. Looks like the rest of his team are going to be attacking in as well. That's always a good ambush spot as well, thinking about that 50 health for.
yeah.
Players often dropping for that. Because there's only the 2 5s up here.
Well, exactly. I mean, there is health near red, but that's the only actual health at red is that 50 bubble. You can jump to the ledge above lightning gun from red for a 25. You can go to quad for a 25, but 50 is quite important.
It's such an exposed position though, that 50, and that's exactly why you want to focus some of your counter attacks on that area. So my eventually just getting worn down as we've got 4 minutes left, 2 quads remaining, but I have to say this is a long time over this for.
It is, yeah. I mean, EK have played very well on this map. I think they have a significant experience advantage on here, so we were never going to see the close game that we saw on Purgatory, but EK are looking pretty good on it.
Damage across the board though, bro. I mean,
Well, everyone's got more damage than the entire On Fire team. You know, even Raw being the lowest damage on his team, he's still ahead of everyone on Fire.
damage outputs have been pretty significant. Which, I don't know, what does that suggest then? Because obviously they had more quads, but it's not going to be just down.
I think it just suggests that they know the positions to take up to look to do good damage. I mean, we've seen when we were watching DDK just how good he was around the map, putting out constant damage. Interesting rocket.
2 frags, I just want to make that third.
Well, one of them was a teammate.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, it really needs to stop counting, doesn't it? Quad kill counter. It's 50 odd frags. And I think the mercy limit on this is what? 80 was it? I think it's quite a high one for this one.
I believe so. Unlikely to reach the mercy limit, but obviously EK have long had this game sewn up.
Yeah.
And it's a nice 2-0 win for them, you have to say, in the Champions League.
That's what you want. Extra point.
Yeah. 3 points for a 2-0 win, isn't it? Instead of 2 for
You're
a
a real
2-1.
champion. Just caught up in this spot here.
Oh, you can stand here all day, they can't hit him with anything.
Quite an important spot actually as well with the lightning gun on there. To return to quite often when you're in control of the red. I say important, but worth noting. DDK in this middle position here does get railed down by Prezerg. Enjoyable match. Map. Good first map, wasn't it?
Oh yeah,
Close. And then this second map, I think, is a good one to watch.
Oh, it's been alright,
streaming
but it hasn't been particularly competitive. Obviously, EK, I think they've got a huge knowledge advantage on how to play this map. And they have really dominated power-ups, you have to say. I mean, it's their 7th power-up, it is the last one. They've had good time with the power-ups as well. They haven't just had the pickups, they've had, you know, solid runs.
Wow.
Wow, nice rails.
Now hitting 46% air rate. Finally hit the shots though, eh? I think they made a mistake on firing, going aggressive on the red early on. Lost, I don't know, it was a 20 frag margin. They kept it then that sort of range for a while until it started expanding out.
Well, I think they just, this game would be entirely different if they'd have played better on the quads. I mean, quads at the beginning were absolutely abysmal. I mean, coming in late with 3 people, but just let DDK pick up that 1 rocket, 3 kills.
Excellent.
No, they should have had this identified as being a map where, you know, a good quad setup is hard to break without a very organised push at the right time, and the right time is not a second after it's been picked up.
So,
Anyway, well played to EK.
Yeah, 2-0 victory in the Quake Live Champions League. Starman of the map has to be DDK. That 3 frag rocket launcher with quad is pretty sweet.
Wheat.
Sweet indeed. Okay, thanks. And we'll just do a quick commercial and then find some more